A single image dropped. The fandom went silent. Two legendary idols, bathed in this soft, buttery light, just looking at each other. In an instant, the entire K-pop world was turned upside down until they realized it was a complete illusion. Welcome to Starscope K-Report. Join us as we ride the Halley wave, uncovering the biggest K-pop comebacks, shocking industry controversies, and major K-drama updates. From internet-breaking rumors to historic chart milestones, we dive deep into the world of Korean entertainment.
And today we really have to talk about how the line between a dedicated fan and, well, a dangerous delusion is completely disappearing in real time.
Right. Today's deep dive mission is unpacking the massive Jikook, that's Jimin and Jungkook photo controversies.
Yeah.
We're going to explore how, a fake AI image and a totally real airplane photo spark these massive fan wars.
Yeah, we'll dive into the intense psychology of K-pop fandoms, too.
Exactly. And look at how agencies are finally dropping the hammer on the darkest corners of stan culture.
Because we are no longer just dealing with, over-enthusiastic fans.
Yeah.
We are looking at a collision of unregulated technology, deep-seated psychological voids, and, frankly, a legal system that's just struggling to keep up.
So let's start with this visual deception. You know that feeling when your heart drops because your bias just posted something legendary?
Oh, absolutely.
That collective gasp totally happened last week. There's a breakdown by the YouTube channel Kpop Insider Daily that perfectly captured the sheer panic.
Yeah, that video was eye-opening.
Right. So a photo of BTS's Jungkook and Jimin goes incredibly viral. They're in these elegant black suits. Jungkook is gazing at Jimin under this golden light, and Jimin is smiling softly.
He was mesmerizing.
It really was. It looked like this intimate, stolen, behind-the-scenes moment, but it was entirely AI-generated.
And what we need to analyze here is how these algorithms are specifically trained to bypass our logical defenses. I mean, the YouTube source highlighted the chilling mechanics of it.
Yeah.
AI isn't just throwing pixels together anymore. It's scraping years of fandom love.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean by scraping fandom love?
Like, it learns the specific way Jungkook smiles, right? Or the exact angle Jimin lowers his gaze. It weaponizes those micro-expressions.
Oh, wow. That is terrifying.
It is, because when you looked closely, you saw the telltale signs. There was light in the eyes, but no corresponding shadow. The skin had this mathematical symmetry that no organic human face actually have.
But by the time people noticed the missing pores and the weird lighting, the viral spread was already done. It almost feels like a violation, honestly.
Yeah, it really did.
Because it wasn't fan art where someone drew it. It was a grand deception designed to trick you.
Yes. And that intentional blurring of reality creates a profound danger for the artists themselves. I mean, when the public is forced to constantly question if an intimate moment is real or synthesized.
It messes with your head.
Exactly. It slowly erodes that foundational trust between the idol and the fandom. It turns every visual into a potential trap.
Which is incredibly ironic because while a fake photo had people completely enchanted, a real photo caused an absolute meltdown for a totally different reason.
Right.
We aren't just dealing with AI trickery, we're dealing with the reality of how fans perceive genuine interactions.
You're talking about the J-Hope post.
Exactly. Karibu reported on this candid behind-the-scenes photo posted by J-Hope. It's literally just a shot of Jimin lying on top of Maknae Jungkook on an airplane.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Right, no glamorous lighting, no suits, just an authentic, chaotic moment between two guys who have lived together for a decade. International fans were swooning.
But the domestic side.
Oh, yeah. Domestic K-nets on the Instas forum, specifically the ag-gays, those toxic solo stans who only support one member and loathe everyone else. They lost their absolute minds.
The forum comments were a masterclass in psychological projection. I mean, solo stans were complaining that Jimin was roughhousing when Jungkook allegedly wasn't feeling well.
Are you kidding me?
No, they framed it as intentional, malicious attention-seeking on Jimin's part. You even had commenters dreading the boy moms.
Wait, boy mom?
Yeah, fans who baby male idols. They were dreading the boy moms, causing a scene over it.
Okay, I have to jump in here because I am just in disbelief. Wait, these guys literally went through the military together. They share the same tattoos, the same history.
Right.
Getting mad at them for wrestling on a plane is like screaming at golden retrievers for sharing the same dog bed.
Right.
Why do fans immediately assume malice in a normal friendship?
Well, that perceived malice is actually a carefully constructed defense mechanism.
How so?
You have to understand that for an Aki, their behavior isn't about protecting the idol from harm. It's about maintaining ownership.
Oh, wow. Ownership.
Yeah. By projecting malicious intent onto another group member, The toxic solo fan is attempting to socially isolate their bias.
So if the idol is isolated,
Exactly. The fan can act as their sole defender and emotional partner. Any interaction that doesn't center the fan's specific fantasy is viewed as a literal threat to their control.
that sounds completely exhausting, living in a state of constant threat over an airplane photo.
It really is.
And that's not even the wildest part of the story. Wait until you hear how a simple reflection in a car mirror sparked a massive dating rumor.
Oh, that was intense.
Definitely. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a KT update.
So the sheer investigative power of this fandom, when it's directed poorly, is terrifying. Which brings us to their recent travel reality show.
The Disney Plus and Geo Hotstar release, are you sure? Season 2. Filmed just days after their military discharge.
Yeah.
Jimin and Jungkook are traveling through Zermatt and Zurich in Switzerland and Da Nang in Vietnam. It is pure comfort TV.
Just two friends trading the rigid discipline of the military for paddleboarding.
Okay. Exactly. Riding a hot tug on Lake Brenz, fighting over snacks. It's great.
But you can't have an intense parasocial bond without intense jealousy. When you look at how solo stans reacted to this vacation, they didn't see two friends having fun.
No, they saw a manufactured conspiracy. The detective work was borderline unhinged. According to Shining Awards, fans were scrutinizing a seemingly normal photo Jimin posted back in March.
The car mirror one.
Yes. By zooming into the reflection of a car's side mirror in Jimin's photo, they matched the background wall to the setting of Jungkook's Calvin Klein promotional shoot.
They matched a wall.
From a reflection. The FBI seriously needs to recruit from Kpop Twitter.
Serious.
Result. Instant boyfriend duties, dating rumors, claiming that if he brings you along to his solo schedule, you're definitely dating.
And that triggered the inevitable backlash. I mean, Pigvilla captured the fallout perfectly. Jungkook's solo stans were furious.
What were they saying?
They claimed the entire vacation was just manufactured fan service designed strictly to appease the shippers.
Oh my God.
They demanded he stop doing duo variety shows and focus purely on his solo career, using the phrase that he shines enough alone.
It got so loud that the broader army had to step in just to defend the idol's actual real-life friendship, mass reporting the malicious comments.
Which is just sad.
It is. But it really makes you wonder, what is the science behind this? Why does someone get so deeply personally offended by who a celebrity chooses to go on vacation with?
Well, to understand the mechanics of that anger, we can look at a fascinating study published in the RSIS International Journal. It's about the science of parasocial relationships, or PSR.
Okay, break that down for us.
The study defines PSRs as one-sided relationships, where one person devotes immense time, emotion, and sometimes financial resources,
Right.
while the other party is completely oblivious to their existence.
But PSR isn't inherently a bad thing, right? Like, the feeling of connection to an artist can be incredibly grounding.
Yes, and the study highlights those positive mechanisms first. For many, idols provide a vital sense of belonging.
Makes sense.
The research found that individuals from marginalized groups or, those who lack robust social support in their daily physical lives use these parasocial relationships to fend off isolation.
So the idol becomes a constant, safe presence.
Exactly. They offer a predictable source of comfort that the real world might not provide.
That makes total sense. It's a lifeline.
Mm-hmm.
But then the pendulum swings to the dark side. The RSIS study talks about shipping and kinning.
Right.
Shipping, I get. Projecting romantic desires onto two real people. But, wait, let me pause you there on kinning.
Sure.
Is that just a Gen Z word for having a role model? Or is it fundamentally different? Because wanting to be like someone seems like normal fandom behavior, but this sounds much darker.
It is fundamentally different, and it's where the psychology gets really tricky. Having a role model is about aspiration.
Okay.
Kinning is about identity merging. It's when a fan claims a deep, almost delusional psychological identification with a persona.
Whoa.
Yeah, they feel such a close correlation that they essentially absorb the idol's identity, traumas, and experiences as their own personal traits.
Oh, wow. So if you have kin an idol, any perceived slight against them isn't just an insult to your favorite singer.
No.
It feels like a direct personal attack on you.
Exactly, the mechanism at play.
And
And that perceived attack is what triggers the massive online mobilizations.
that explains so much.
The RSIS study actually explored how this spreads in digital communities. Active, highly vocal users heavily influence the lurkers.
The passive fans who just scroll and absorb.
Right. The algorithm rewards high engagement, emotionally charged content. So a toxic narrative pushed by a few active-act guys who feel personally victimized can quickly brainwash lurkers into a hive mind mentality.
Which perfectly explains this other rapid-fire example of toxic microanalysis we saw in Korea Boo. It's the En Hai-pen and Evan incident.
Oh, the live broadcast.
Yeah.
Huh.
Evan, who fans know as Saesangs, was simply doing a live broadcast, chilling out, listening to some music.
Pretty standard stuff.
Right. And during the live, ENY Pen's song Bills came up on his playlist, and he casually skipped it. Just clicked next.
And the reaction was entirely disproportionate to the action.
Disproportionate doesn't even cover it. Fans exploded. They called him sinister, ungrateful, and blatantly accused him of trying to erase his history and shade the group that built him.
Over skipping a song.
Over skipping a song. But looking at it through the lens of what you just said, it's not just about listening to music anymore, is it? In modern K-pop, streaming is basically a currency.
Yes, and that transactional mindset turns a playlist into a binding contract.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Fans buy the albums, they stream the music videos 24/7 on multiple devices, they vote on digital apps. They feel they have essentially bought shares in the idol's success.
Right. So when an idol skips their own group song, the fan feels like the idol is devaluing the very stock they've invested their whole life into.
Exactly.
It's the illusion of intimacy mutating into a demand for total control. Like, I bought your album, therefore I own your Spotify queue.
It is the ultimate manifestation of parasocial entitlement.
It really is. Later in this deep dive, we're going to see what happens when this delusion leaves the internet, crosses physical borders, and turns into real-world criminal behavior.
Because that demand for control inevitably seeks out the physical world.
Definitely. Let's bring this back to Jimin and Jungkook's trip to Switzerland. The dark reality of that, are you sure? Filming was documented by the Times of India.
Yeah, this part is just hard to hear.
It is. While they were just trying to enjoy some private civilian downtime, they were aggressively hunted down. And this wasn't just over-enthusiastic fans waiting at an airport.
No, not at all.
These were full-blown Saesangs crossing every legal and moral boundary to stalk them on what was supposed to be a private vacation.
They were tailing them through the streets, filming them from a distance without permission, and leaking unauthorized location data and videos online in real time.
It got so dangerous that regular army-wise were desperately pleading on social media for people to stop spreading the stalker pics.
They really had to step up.
They were actively begging the fandom to stop incentivizing the stalkers with likes and retweets.
Thankfully, the industry is shifting its approach. Agencies are no longer staying quiet and just hoping it goes away. SBS Star covered a very firm official statement from BS Music. They reaffirmed a strict zero-tolerance policy against stalking, malicious online posts, and the spread of fake news. And they brought receipts this time.
Yeah, what terrifies me about the specific case they highlighted, the woman from Brazil who stalked Jungkook, is the sheer persistence.
It's unbelievable.
Getting a police restraining order and still finding a way to tail a delivery worker into his building shows a complete break from reality.
Absolutely.
But how does an agency even combat that legally across international lines? When a stalker just keeps coming back, what actual teeth does the law have?
Well, it requires leveraging both criminal and immigration law. The court recognized the severe psychological toll this takes. She was sentenced to 1 year in prison, suspended for 2 years.
Okay.
But the real teeth came from BI's pointed warning regarding immigration status. They apply these principles regardless of nationality.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Foreign nationals criminally punished for stalking face force deportation and a permanent ban on ever re-entering South Korea.
Good. It's about time boundaries were enforced with actual life-altering legal consequences.
Exactly.
But navigating the legal reality of K-pop brings us to a massive blind spot in the fandom, which is a severe lack of media literacy. I want to pull from a really insightful Reddit post on r/Kpop Uncensored regarding the recent situation with NCT's Tail.
And just to be completely clear for our listeners, we are impartially reporting on the mechanics of how this news spreads and the fandom's reaction. We aren't taking any sides or endorsing viewpoints, especially since this involves very serious allegations.
Exactly. We're just looking at the media literacy aspect here. The Reddit poster and NCT's made a brilliant point about how rapid-fire misinformation ruins lives and jeopardizes actual police investigations.
Yeah, it's a huge problem.
While Taylor's specific case resulted in him being swiftly removed from the group by SM Entertainment, the broader issue is how K-stans react to translated legal news.
They see one word and jump to conclusions.
Right. They see the word booked in a translated Korean article and immediately assume it means legally proven guilty in a court of law, totally bypassing the presumption of innocence.
It's a crucial distinction that just gets lost in the race for retweets.
Totally.
The poster outlined exactly what being booked means in the South Korean legal system. It simply means a person has been formally recorded by police as a suspect in a criminal investigation.
Right, like starting a file.
Yes,
Yes.
it involves recording personal information, documenting the alleged crime, and initiating a formal inquiry. It does not automatically mean detention, and it certainly doesn't mean a judge has reached a guilty verdict.
But the internet acts as judge, jury, and executioner in 5 minutes flat. And even when idols are cleared, the court of public opinion rarely issues an apology.
Rarely ever.
Let's look at the history here, because this isn't a new phenomenon. What happened with Park Yoo-shun back in 2016?
Right, so Park Yoo-chin of JYJ was accused of multiple cases of sexual assault. Though he faced other unrelated legal issues later on, he was actually acquitted of all those initial assault charges.
Wow.
But the nuance didn't matter. His reputation was decimated in the court of public opinion before the trial even concluded.
Right, and it just spirals from there. What about Kim Woo-jin from Stray Kids? That case felt like it was entirely manufactured online.
It was. In 2020, he was falsely accused of sexual harassment by anonymous social media accounts. The accusations were completely debunked and proven to be fabricated by international anti-fans who just wanted to ruin him.
That is so messed up.
It is. But the initial viral spread caused massive, irreversible damage to his career.
And AOA's Jimin left the industry completely after false accusations of bullying, even though evidence later surfaced that heavily contradicted those claims.
Add NUET's Baeko to that tragic list, too. He was wrongly accused of sexual misconduct in 2017.
Right.
The charges were completely dropped due to a lack of evidence, but the stigma lingered for years.
Which brings us to the core issue.
Exactly. The core issue the Reddit poster was highlighting isn't about defending any specific current allegation. It's that reckless speculation actually harms the real victims of crimes.
Yes. When fans spread mistranslated legal documents and manufactured rumors just for clout, it muddies the waters of the actual investigation.
It creates so much noise.
So what does this all mean for us as fans who just want to consume the news responsibly? The poster advocated for relying on verified journalistic outlets, places like the Korea Jongang Daily or Yonhap News Agency.
Not just a random tweet.
Exactly. Rather than just running with a poorly translated post from a clout-chasing account on X. If you actually want to support victims and hold the guilty accountable, you have to support the actual legal process, not a witch hunt based on algorithms.
Well said.
If you love staying updated on your favorites with real context and verified facts, make sure you're subscribed to Starscope K-Report. We've got even bigger scoops ahead.
Media literacy is quite literally the only shield fans have against being manipulated. Whether it's by malicious anti-fans trying to ruin a career, sensationalist blogs farming for clicks, or even, going back to our very first topic, by artificial intelligence.
Which brings this entire deep dive full circle. We started by talking about a flawless AI-generated image of Jimin and Jungkook that tricked millions of people into feeling deep emotions over lines of code.
Yeah?
We talked about Saesangs invading their physical, real-world space in Switzerland and Seoul just to exert control over them. It leaves you with this really unsettling question.
What's that?
As AI gets exponentially better at faking perfect realities and Saesangs get increasingly aggressive in invading real-world privacy, are we pushing toward a dystopian future where idols stop interacting with us entirely?
It is a dark thought, but an absolutely necessary one to confront. I mean, if parasocial relationships continue to cross the line from affection to ownership, and the physical safety of the artist is constantly compromised, will the ultimate defense be replacement?
Replacing them with AI.
Yeah. Will we see a future where idols protect their own humanity by retreating from the public eye completely, leaving only untouchable, flawless digital avatars to interact with the fans?
A digital idol doesn't need to sleep, doesn't need privacy, and can't be stalked in Switzerland.
Exactly.
That is a thought that will definitely keep me up at night. You've been listening to Starscope K-Report, where Eric and Minji bring you the stories shaping K-pop, K-dramas, and the global Hallyu wave. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.